Does it ask you permission to be recorded? Because it did that to me yesterday.
Yeah, it is.
That's so weird. Not even broadcasting, you freaking liar. Alright. There we go. It asked if I wanted to be, or permission to record myself. Okay. What? Alrighty. So, it is June. It's June 3rd. And there's a lot of newbies, which is exciting, but at the same time, is it working? Oh, okay. We're going to pull up our income disclosure so we are compliant when I share this with you guys. So you joined this business more than likely because you're broke, you want more money, you don't want to have to work a 9-to-5 job all the time. You have kids. That was mainly why I joined this. And it's not a quick, you join and you're going to start making money. You have to physically actually do things and work for it to actually work for you. And a lot of people kind of take or forget that once they get started. All right. And I totally get that, totally understand the discipline and not being able to figure it out at first. So it's been, what, 2.5 years now for me? And I started with a really bad enroller. Like, I'm constantly, like, messaging you guys and trying to talk to you guys and sharing stuff for you guys. My enroller only really would motivate people by trying to give them things, I guess you could say. She would constantly say, if you get an enrollment, I'll give you another enrollment, which is great. That's a great way to motivate, but not a great way to teach, because it's really not teaching you what you want or how to get it. It's just kind of telling you to do this and I'll return the favor. And she got kicked out of my original team page. She kind of fell off the face of the others and didn't pop back up into my business until I hit Ruby on my own without her help. 6.5 months into my business. When I first started, I was really slow. I did make back my money, which was amazing. Dave thought it was a joke. He's my fiance, for all intents and purposes. You know, that fun thing. Nothing official, just there. 6 kids later, might as well be, you know, pretend married. But he didn't believe in it. He thought it was a joke. Everyone talked their garbage about it because it's something scary people aren't used to. They've tried something before, pure romance, Mary Kay, whatever. I'm one of those high-strung people where that didn't really bother me. I don't really let people talk me out of things. Honestly, the more often people try to talk me out of something, the more I want to do something. So it more so fueled my fire to not quit, but I still wasn't moving where I wanted to go until I started realizing the things I was doing, the people I was following, listening to, taking advice from, weren't the right people for me. Meaning, my enroller, her advice was always setting me back. Her tips were not helping, and she wasn't showing up for me when I actually needed the help. And if you don't reach out and ask, we can't help you. So make sure you're reaching out and asking. And if you feel like you're not getting the help you want, or the advice that's being shared isn't working for you, it's probably because the personality of the person you're talking with isn't matching. And instead of just like trying to work with that person, let them know that, and I guarantee you we can figure out a better way to help you out. The team page we are in now is not my original team page. Therefore, it has way more resources and way more people willing to help. So say my teaching style isn't working. That is completely fine. I won't take offense to it. It's okay. I'm a very red personality if you do the color personality tests. So I'm very hands-on and I just want to do it. And I get that. I don't care about the logistics. I don't care about the percentages, the in-depth learning. I kind of just learn. I watch a video and I just go do it. So that's totally fine. But I am willing to help you. I am willing to figure out how to get you to understand it. And my enroller wasn't. So once she stopped kind of helping me, I started focusing more on my leaders above her. So for example, Jade Hooper for us now. Follow her YouTube, Jade Hooper. Sarah Neerman's a good one to follow as well. Start following people above you, watching their YouTubes, because they're going to have a lot of stuff that if more than likely when you ask me a question, it's going to come from what I've seen from them, because that is what I've decided to use to train myself. So I started following my old team page. It was a girl named Jenica and Savannah. I started showing up in the team page every single day. They would go live all the time. So I'd watch their lives every single day. I would watch YouTube videos literally daily. Like in the background while I was cleaning my house, while I was folding laundry, dealing with my kids, YouTube videos were playing from Jade Hooper's YouTube page. I would take notes throughout my day. I would watch videos on how to get customers. I'd watch videos on how to have the conversations. And this was all before boards. Boards was not a thing. So boards are even better because literally the scripts are right in front of your face. I had to like say this was my notes. I would have to write every single script she gave me, like word for word from the YouTube video, because it wasn't already copied and pasted into a little app for me to use. So I was literally writing everything down and typing it up myself and copy and pasting it from my notes on my phone. And the motivation to do this started happening because I lost my job at Starbucks. About 6 months into my business, 6 months pregnant, because I got really, really sick. Like really sick. It was horrible. I was sick for like I had to call in for 4 days. I was sick for like a month and a half straight. It was the worst freaking thing ever. And I did not want to go looking for jobs anymore. I didn't want to waste my time job hunting. I have really bad social anxiety, so I don't like going to interviews. I don't like starting new places. I'm very quiet in person when you get to know me. So I made the decision, didn't tell Dave, that I was just going to do this business full time and it was going to work. So by doing that, I started doing what I just said, YouTube videos every single day, following people that I wanted to be like. Jade Hooper makes mad amount of money. She's an ambassador, almost a double, pushing to go toward double ambassador diamond. I think she's like going triple diamond on her 2.0, which is her second account. After you hit ambassador, they give you a free account to start over. So she has her account, her husband's account, and her third account now. So she makes amazing money. She has 3 kids. I related to her. Find someone you relate to. If you don't have kids, find someone you relate to. So I'm going to, there's going to be 2 recordings. I'm going to stop and just restart it. But so that's your first tip is if you don't relate with someone, don't follow them. Don't copy what they're doing, because they're not, you want to be personable. You want people to know you. You want people to relate with you. And that's where things started rolling for me more. Not being so spammy on my Facebook page. Lovely. Not being, yes. No. Not being so spammy on Facebook. Not constantly posting product after product after product. Corporate picture of the product. People don't want to see that. They want to know you're real. And once I started doing that, I actually got a lot of messages from people going, oh my God, you're a real person. I was like, yeah, I'm a real person. So I started following Jade Hooper. I started mimicking what she did and watching her videos religiously. I started doing self-development. My mindset was crap. I was one of those people that likes to complain on Facebook and post crap about my oldest daughter's real dad and make myself look, like a negative human being occasionally on Facebook. Once I started growing my mindset and realizing that the more you dwell on the bad things in your life and the more you talk about the bad things in your life, the more bad things in your life happen. So I started listening to podcasts, which almost every phone can have a podcast app. iHeartRadio, iPhones have a podcast app. There's another one I can't think of what it's called at the moment. I'm blanking. Audible has podcasts on it. Podcasts are free. You don't gotta pay for podcasts. YouTube. Almost every podcast you can find on YouTube. Listening to YouTube videos. Literally just go to YouTube and type in motivational videos. Every single morning I wake up and I throw something on. I make my celery. I make coffee and I'm listening to at least a 20-minute podcast. I'm trying to get back into the habit of journaling. I shared a prompt this morning. It's a really long one. They're not all that long. This one was a really long one. About where I want to be in a year, 5 years, 10 years, how I'm going to do it, the routines I need to make. And that is where the biggest problem with discipline goes. So I know there was 2 ladies in the chat that said that they want to do this full time. They don't even want to bother with their job, which is amazing. Amazing. I basically did that. So I feel like I can help with that so much better than someone that works a full-time job because I made the decision to say, screw the job. I'm not going to do it. My circumstances are a little different because I lost my job, but it will not work for you if you're not willing. I know it says my internet's unstable. Here, how about we cut it out? I will reload it and start the recording again since there's only like 5 minutes left anyway. And then just hop back on in like 2 seconds.